right, I feel like it's old times again. I'm Devin Pendleton here. We're coming to you from PH, but it's right?
P and HCC.
There you go. And we got a new. Hey man, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Theater is back, alive and well.
Can you be excited about it?
Theater is back in Martinsville, Henry County, Virginia. We are so excited about our 35th production, if you could believe it. 35 shows, right. Almost 9 years in the making with my being artistic director. So what a better way to come back with our adult cast and to have a fun show in time for Halloween. All right, now I understand you're in this thing. I am in the show. I won't tell you who because I want you to come see it. Are you going to come see it?
Tell me when I can come see it.
So showtimes, we have a showing tonight at 7, Friday, Saturday at 7, also Saturday at 2.
Okay, a matinee.
There's a matinee at 2 o'clock on Saturday. Okay. No Sunday. We typically
just got
do
one
Sunday.
Week now? You gonna give me just a week?
Just one weekend. Our first show coming back into it. We have a lot of changes, in the theater. We live in a completely different time now, even as a world. So things that you'll see when you come to the theater. Audience members do have to wear their mask the entire time through the duration of the performance. There's no concessions. We did digital playbills this time. The actors have been COVID tested prior to each performance, so that way they do not have to wear their mask on stage. So you still get the same experience, although, there's some niceties and things that we're not able to offer yet in the state of Virginia.
I got you. But now I remember your last performance when you were Dick Van Dyke's character.
Bert.
Are
you, Mary Poppins?
Mary Poppins, and I think that's one of your best ever, don't you think?
It was a lot of fun. I also directed that show. I was a glutton for punishment, but we had Flight, Going Upside Down. So it's not quite the scale production as Mary Poppins was, but
you're gonna float?
No. I don't know why you'd ask me that, but there is puppets in the show. We have 4 puppets that kind of take the journey and the growth of Audrey to the plant. It is a little more on the adult side. I do have to say it's PG-13. There's some violence and some mild language throughout the show, but it's a great feel-good Halloween show, and it actually just reopened on Broadway. Wow. So they had to close due to COVID, so they did a reopening on the 21st day of September, which is a kind of a shtick toward the show. Right. I know that this show has been done multiple times through our community. I believe it was on this stage for the
Come
last
in here real
time.
quick.
Austin.
Come on, Austin. What's up? What are you doing on the show here?
I'm running the tracks, basically making sure the music happens.
He still talks you into it, doesn't he?
Well, actually, I talk myself into it.
He loves it.
Good to see you, man.
Okay, well, go get ready. The last time it was performed on this stage was in 2005, and it was a great production by TheaterWorks Community Players. So I think it's going to do some justice, and I hope folks come out and want to participate and see live theater again.
Give me the showtimes again.
Showtimes are tonight, Friday, Saturday at 7, Saturday at 2. You can go online, phccpatriotplayers.com/tickets. They're $15 in advance, $20 at the door. We are not operating at full capacity. We have a 300-seat theater. We are seating 200, so we ask the patrons when they come out, space themselves accordingly. Again, you do have to wear your mask for the entire performance, but it's going to be a great show.
Yeah, a bug told me that it took y'all did this in 3 weeks.
3.5 weeks.
Is that a record?
I believe so. Typically, depending on the show, we do anywhere between 4 to 8 weeks. Examples can include, Mary Poppins. That was 8 weeks.
Does it have rough edges? Come on.
A little bit. Last night was our final dress rehearsal. I even dropped a few lines.
Don't you like a little theater when it's rough edges?
I do. In theater, it's all about recovery. I think 80% of my entire life is recovery. You just roll with the punches and you figure it out. So, but I don't think anyone else would have known it. We as theater professionals, we tend to be a little bit nitpicky because we want it to be perfect. We want it to be great. Yeah. But I can tell you, it's a great show, and it's a Patriot Players show. That was one thing we were nervous about starting back is, can we do this? And we can.
Is it Dr. Hodges always? Is he a doctor?
Dr. Hodges, our new president-elect.
He's been talking about it. He talked about it during the seed announcement.
Yeah, he's fantastic. We're so happy that he has assumed his role in this position, and we look forward to more growth.
Is he pro theater?
College. Oh, he is a big theater kid. Right. He would have no issue telling you that. Little Shop is one of his favorite shows, and I believe that they're coming tomorrow night, so no pressure.
Now, you and him seem to have like the best thin hair. I mean...
Yeah, we do have a nice, high fade.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're styling. We're styling.
That's right. All right, man. So it's going to be fun. You get your tickets where?
phccpatriotplayers.com/tickets. $15 in advance, $20 at the door. Don't wait.
Give me one more little hint of what your character is.
Well, if you've seen the movie, it was Steve Martin's character.
Okay. All right.
That's a good hint. That's a really good hint. You remember the movie?
That's better than normal.
You remember the movie?
I didn't get to see the movie, so I might get to see the play and catch up. How long is it? Is it like a
It is roughly 1 hour and 45 minutes with one 10-minute intermission.
right, with no concessions? So
No concessions. Sorry about it. Keep your mask on. Have fun.
they
Smile
got
under
rid of the
your
drink
mask.
machines, didn't they?
No, they're around the corner.
Okay. All right. Anyway, come out and see the show. It's give me the dates to make sure I get the dates right here.
The dates are, what's today's date? I've been living in this theater for weeks. Today's the 14th, so it is the 14th, 15th, 16th at 7, 16th at 2.
How many total shows?
Total of 4 shows inclusive of tonight.
There you go. Awesome. And I kind of like theater when there's a few mistakes.
Sure.
I do. I know you
Yeah,
don't.
no,
I know you don't.
It's bound to happen. It's live theater.
I remember mics go out and all kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, even on Broadway, I mean, it's a little less happening on Broadway because they do their shows 8 times a week for, 8 to 10, maybe even longer months.
Right.
So, for us, this is 100% community.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of this time of a couple full-time students playing a few of our leads, as well as some alumni and community members.
Yeah. What's your favorite Broadway show of all time?
The Color Purple.
Right.
And that was my favorite show to direct.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was well received.
Absolutely. I think that it, we didn't know it at the time of announcement, but it really honed in on some issues during its time. So I think it was just in time for here at the college. And that was honestly fiscally the best show we've ever had.
I think it might have been your best set too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Austin would not agree because we deconstructed so many pallets to get the wooden effect that the Broadway revival kind of has. So we mixed the 2 sets together from original to revival.
Tease me. What's next?
I can't possibly do that.
Because,
Honestly.
last year, usually in a normal season, we would know what's next.
No, to be completely honest, we are taking it 1 show at a time. I think right now that is the best practice than making any promises. Of course, I would love to return with Sister Act in some capacity because we were 3 weeks away from opening.
Wow.
So, I would love to see that having a slot sometime next year. But, things change every day. So I don't want to make any promises. I don't want to get any hopes up. But theater will be back.
I want to make sure I get you on tape committed to doing the parade this year, right?
I'll be there.
Okay.
You twisted my arm. I'll be.
You are Mr.
emceeing.
Parade.
Now, who am I emceeing with?
What do you think of Tammy Pearson?
I love Tammy Pearson. Did she do it with you last year?
Well, yeah, we barely did it.
You said it. I didn't say it. I watched from home with my monocle.
But you have to give me we did not give up.
No, I think it was great. I love that there was even passerby cars.
We had queens from yesteryear. I mean, we did it.
I mean, I think that as long as we're doing something, the worst thing we could do is just give up and not do anything at all.
Yeah.
And that's why we're starting slower. We're easing back into it. We did a week-long camp this past summer with kids. That was successful, so we look to continue that partnership with Charity League and Virginia Children's Theater. So we know that that's going to be, on the mend.
Right.
And again, with our adults, we weren't able to fully audition at the time, so we did have to pre-select this cast. But I think that this is great opportunities and ways regionally that we're all connecting as theater groups to figure out what is best practice. How do we keep folks safe?
Right.
So we're staying in line with a lot of the standards and guidelines that are throughout our service region.
Well, one of the things I'm going to commend you on, I don't think you get enough compliments on this, the fact that how you help students, you help people.
Yeah.
Usually you get people out of their shell.
Yeah, well, I'm a firm believer that theater changes lives.
Yeah.
So it's not a situation of these folks they're bankers by day, and then they want to perform at night, and this is an outlet for them. So, albeit if you are a student or a potential student at PHCC, we would love to work with you, and I think that the community needs outlets like this for folks who don't feel that they have a fit.
Yeah.
So that's why we say once a Patriot player, always a Patriot player.
Right. Well, thank you so much for what you do.
Thanks, Charles.
You bet.
Appreciate you.
You bet.
Bye.